Hey everybody. I don't know what's going on, but we had to switch accounts today. So hopefully, I don't know what Facebook's up to now, but we'll see what's going on. Let's get this show started. I'm late. Hey everybody, it's Outdoors Dan breaking into regular programming. I'm a little late. We're going to get the show going right now, so let's go. All right, welcome to this week's edition of the Wednesday Drive on the Outdoor Call Radio Network. It's June 5th. I think it's June 5th. Is it June 5th? It is June 5th, 2024. And we're talking, and I don't know what's going on. I've got the line up there. Shane, good to see you. Thanks for chiming in. We were we were originally doing on the Dan Young Facebook page, and then for some reason, it turned out to we weren't getting on the message board and stuff wasn't working. Hi, Jeff. So now I got a thing from Facebook when I tried to log in at 5 saying you got to go, you can't do the Outdoor Call Radio page. You got to go to your page. So now we're back to Dan Young. Hi, Jeff. And I'm getting messages. So that's fine. That's why I'm a little late tonight. So there you go. Hope everyone's having a good day. Show is brought to you by the fine folks at Sportsman's Warehouse, Game Hide Clothing, Game Hide's camo for every season. Flex Fletch, Pure Whitetail, and Gearhead Archery, just to name a few of our fine partners all across the good old US of A. And I tell you, it's been a crazy day. What's everybody up to today? I hope everyone's doing well. And we're going to talk a little bit about cell cameras. We're going to talk about a fishing contest we got going on. And I got some other stuff to tell you about before we get out of here today. And of course, we'll take your questions. If you want to go on, watch the live stream, you can message me right on Facebook. And just all you got to do is just send me a little message, and we're good to go. And I'll get it, and I'll answer your questions. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. So I got a lot of emails this week about rule number 52 change in Iowa on using cell cams on public and private ground. So basically, I called the DNR, and I got a hold of someone there in enforcement. And I basically just had them walk me through. And this is not a new rule change; it's a clarification. So it's Rule 52, and I guess when the new books come out, it'll be in the book what's going on there. But to save you a lot of trouble, basically, here's what the deal on public ground. This is mostly public ground that it's going to be the biggest change on. Okay, so the way they're going to reinforce this or enforce this now is that you are not allowed to leave anything out in public ground except your tree stand. So you can't leave your ground blind, you can't leave your cell camera, you can't leave a regular trail camera, you can't leave your decoys, you can't do anything other than your tree stand. So in other words, if you are out hunting and you're going to have to pack all that stuff out. So that they are going to enforce that. And the reason for the change that I was told is that they were getting so many complaints about non-resident hunters coming in 4 months in the season before the season starts, and they were putting out bait or mineral to try to do scouting in the areas that they were going to go and hunt as non-residents. And this is not a knock on non-resident hunting. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just telling you the explanation I got from the DNR. So there you go. Anyway, let me know if you're on. I see a bunch of people on here. Just say hi or let me know so make sure I know the messages are going up. Give me a thumbs up. Hey, Jeff, finally caught you live. Good evening, Jeff. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. So basically, in the early season, people were trying to take their kids out and they couldn't legally hunt because there was bait and mineral everywhere. And that's why this got some of the attention it got. So moving forward, it doesn't matter if it's deer season or not. you cannot use a trail camera overnight in a public hunting setting. You can't. You got to pack it out with you that day. So there's no more of that. And if they find them, they're gonna put the hammer on you. They're going to be watching for this very heavily. So that's the rule. Now on private ground, you're fine. You can. I've got my Tactacam X Pro camera right here that I have out on my hunting lease that I got. It's this is one of my favorite cameras. It's got the LCD monitor right there. I don't know if it's I don't know if my battery's full or not, to be honest with you. Let me look. Let me check that out. Popped it out. There we go. I got one of the rechargeable battery packs in here. I don't know if it's all the way gone or not. So yep, I still got a camera. So there you go. See, it's got the screen on there, so you don't have to take a card reader with you. It's all right there for you. See, I can see the feedback, so you can see what's going on. Let me go ahead and turn that off. So, hey Richard, what's up, Scotty Mueller in Oklahoma? Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that. Richard out on the East Coast, appreciate you too. So on private ground, you're able to leave your cell cams out, and you don't have to take them out. You can use them anytime. The only thing that you cannot do, and that they're going to be careful, or they're going to be watching, is if, say, like on my hunting lease, if I had my cameras out, say I've got my tree stand set up and I'm facing the food plot, or I'm facing the crops, okay, and I got deer trails in front of me, which I do, and I've got my pure whitetail mock scrapes over on the corner. And what I can't do is I can't take my camera and put it behind me to the other trails that intersecting coming my way and get an alert on my phone telling me that there's a deer coming my way or any other game. You can't do that in Iowa now. That is illegal because you're using this in the aid of harvesting that animal. That's illegal. You can't do that. That'd be like me talking to Billy Bob, and Billy Bob's over in the cedar trees in a ground blind, and I see a nice deer coming his way. Hey, Billy Bob, it's Outdoors Dan. You got a big buck coming on your 6. That's illegal too. You can't use electronic devices in trying to hunt or in aid in hunting. So cell cameras would fall into that. Other than that, you can use them for scouting. You can leave them out all the time. Nothing's going to change. Public ground is where the main emphasis of the rule change is going to be. So I wanted to make sure everybody understood that. I know I got a lot of people going on, hey, I'm disappointed with this new law. I'm sorry, Tony, buddy. I'm sorry. You know, like I said, I didn't actually know about it till you guys, because I've been messed up with my foot, and then I started getting all these emails. But you know, like I said, I understand their point of view. I understand your point of view, especially for folks. You know, they're trying to do their scouting. You're going to have to get out there and start learning. You're going to have to start looking for those primary and secondary trails, you know, or something like that. Now, what you could do is you could put some mock scrapes out, and you're just not going to be able to put a camera on them. But you could start a mock scrape, and hopefully that's going to, you know, get those bucks coming down and frequent that scrape area. I don't think there's an issue with that, but you're just not going to be able to put a camera on it. Thanks, Richard. Richard, I don't know what that. How are you feeling, buddy? Lee, I'm doing okay, buddy. I'll go to the VA tomorrow and get an ultrasound or an MRI, and I'll be able to see what's going on with my foot. Back to old school. That's exactly right, Jeff. We're going to have to brush up on our woodsmanship. So, but anyway, that's the big deal. They did not outlaw cell cameras. Now, if you're hunting that day, if you want to put a camera out and use it, you can do that on public ground, but you're going to have to pack it out that night. You can't leave it. So that's the only thing. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely not. So going back to old school and stuff. I remember when I first started, and we talked about this before. When as 30-something years ago, when I first started bow hunting, they had a little deal. It was a little clock about the size of this lit knot package. Okay, and it had an LCD clock right here, and it was called a trail timer. Had a string cord. You put the string across the trail, and then when the deer or bear or whatever you were trying to see what was going on, when it went down the trail and pulled that string out, the clock would stop and it would flash and tell you when that animal came through. See, 30 years ago, we thought that was awesome. Look how far we've come in 30 years. I mean, kind of crazy. And actually, you couldn't use that anymore either because that would be considered an electronic device. I'm pretty sure. How about that? Anyway, yeah, it's always something. And Aaron says, so I can leave a cell phone camera on my own property or a private lease. Yes, you can leave your cell phone camera out on your own property or a private lease, Aaron. That has not changed. You just cannot use that in the aid of hunting that animal. If you want to use it for scouting, put it out on trails. Like I'm going to be out. I've got my pure whitetail stuff. I'm not going to use this. This is White Lightning Estrus, but this is my dust. I've got my premium buck dust, and I've got my bedded up, and I've got some doe. I got some doe dust. That premium doe dust I got. So I'm going to be starting my mock scrapes as soon as I can get my foot out of this stupid walking boot and hopefully not have surgery. Hey, Sonny, what's going on, buddy? I'm going to start my mock scrapes, and I can put that trail camera up on that mock scrape and see when they're coming in there. That's not going to be an issue. So, it's just you can't have it behind you, or you can't have it when they're coming from the bedding area and transition areas. So you get an alert saying, "Hey, get ready, your deer's coming." Right? You can't do that. So, but my biggest thing is I would probably not try to hunt anywhere around my cameras just to be on the safe side. It's like putting your mineral out in Iowa. You cannot have. Sonny says nothing much. You can't be hunting around a mineral in Iowa. That's illegal. Now Missouri, you can hunt right over it, but not in Iowa. You can't. And so what we do is we put mineral out in bedding areas they're sanctuaries. We don't go in there at all. And we'll put those minerals out in January. We get our backwoods attractions mineral and we put it in there. And we just leave it alone, and we'll throw a camera up, and then that way we can watch the deer grow and see what kind of inventory we have running around as far as deer. Now we do that, and but yeah, we don't. We'll put a scrape line out or something. We'll put a camera up, but like I said, I would not be putting yourself in the position that they could say that you're using that camera in the aiding of taking that animal. That makes sense. That's the best way to do it. So anyway, I know there's a lot of people upset. A lot of people are disappointed. I saw some videos on YouTube. Some was good information, some was not. I just thought I would tell you because I had a couple people say they flat out outlawed them. They didn't outlaw them. You just can't leave them overnight, is what they're saying on public. How long till they outlaw lighted knocks considered electronic? Shane, I don't know. That hasn't been brought up, and I hope it doesn't. So, I mean, that knock is not helping you take that animal. That knock. There's other states that did outlaw them for years, like Colorado and some other states, and they finally got convinced that it's as a bow hunter or a hunter, it doesn't matter if you're a gun hunter or a bow hunter or crossbow hunter. It's our responsibility to make sure that if we shoot, we need to do everything we can to find that animal if we hit it. And if you're a bow hunter or a crossbow hunter, you got to find your arrow or your bolt to see how that shot was, and so you can ascertain if you missed the animal or if you hit it or what. Because that's so important, and that lighted knock is a very valuable tool for that. Also, if you're known to miss, like I've been known to miss a few times over the years. It helps you find your $20 arrow, so you're not out losing money all the time. So how do you scout public land that you're going to hunt? I would get out there, Aaron, and I would look from the bedding areas to the food sources, and I would look for the deer trails, and I would try to find intersecting trails that come together. That's always a great spot for a stand. Your travel corridors in between your bedding area and your food plots are always a great spot. You get your Onyx out and you look and see where your bedding habitat would be, where your food sources are, and you get set up in those transition areas, those travel corridors. And that's how I would scout for public land, just using good old woodsmanship. If you can find some good white oaks or red oaks early season, as well as I do, you got a lot of deer coming in the food plots, and then they disappear. Well, it's not that the deer left, it's something changed. And a lot of times that's when the acorns are out and they start dropping. And you want to have stands set up in those areas so you can still get good deer movement. when they change. Deer change their food diets, or when a food source change, they move, and they do that a lot. Couldn't just set your camera to take early daylight pics. No, son, they're not on public ground. You cannot do that. During the day you can, but you got to pack it out when you leave at night. You just can't leave any cameras overnight on public ground in Iowa anymore. And it doesn't matter if it's deer season or not at any time. So there you go. All right, it is 5:18 and some change. I need to take a real quick break. Let me find my stuff. Sorry I was late and all that. So let me take a real quick break. This will be about 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and I'll be back. If you got questions, load me up on questions. Other than that, stay tuned and we'll get going. Have you ever been out hunting and starting to do the hard work of breaking down that game you just tagged, only to have your knife fail after you just tried to take the hide off to quarter the animal? Well, let me tell you about a knife that will never let that happen to you. That's Weeby Knives. It's quickly becoming the go-to outdoor knife in the industry. Hey, it's Outdoors Dan. I want to tell you about the most functional set of outdoor knives I've came across in a while, Weeby Knives. Have trouble keeping an edge on a knife? Go check out WeebyKnives.com. Replaceable scalpel blades that make sure you always have a sharp knife in the field. I have a Weeby knife in my tackle box and my backpack. That way I know I'm covered no matter what job I need to do. What's going on, everybody? From turkey hunting to deer hunting, trapping. Hope you're all having a great day. My go-to in the field. Don't believe me?
I'm Ronnie Adams from History Channel Swamp People, and when I want a sharp knife, I'll reach for Weeby Knives. You heard me?
Rape is actually good, Jeff. Absolutely.
Now that's a knife. Get yours at WeebyKnives.com and tell them Outdoors Dan sent you.
Hey guys, Jackie Bushman here with Buckmasters. When it comes to food plot seed and deer feed, the Mississippi-based Backwoods Attractions product line has you covered. From their food plot blends like Trophy Acre, Lazy Acre, Clover Deluxe, and the popular Dixie 6, to their attractants like Game Changer, Sweet Stuff, and Buck Robber. The best way to put it is, if you're not using Backwoods Attraction products, you better hope your neighbor isn't either. From small to large acreage, Backwoods Attraction has the feed and seed perfect for your hunting property. So do yourself a favor and swing by and support your local co-op or farm supply store and ask for Backwoods Attraction to set yourself up for a successful fall.
Hey, if you're an angler, you know the importance of keeping your bait fresh, alive, and handy. Well, let's talk about a bait system that helps folks catch more fish and is made in Minnesota, where they know fishing. The Bait Caddy is an amazing bait system that you can use for open water and ice fishing that keeps your minnows, leeches, shiners, and other bait fresh while you fish. The Bait Caddy has a clear UV resistant.
Hey John, what's going on, buddy?
At all times. Its large lid allows easy access to your bait and keeps it handy and ready.
Cookiesbbq.com, Jeff.
No loose parts, it's self-filling and then it floats. Plus it's made not to crack, warp, or fade. The Bait Caddy will fit in your live well, will troll easily alongside your boat, and it's made in the USA. The Bait Caddy has a lifetime warranty and will be a bait system your friends will want. For more information, please go online at www.baitcaddy.com. The Bait Caddy, easy access to your bait, made in Minnesota, and keeps your bait fresh all day.
In these times when a lot of us are working from home,
it's more
important to make sure your home is the right temperature and comfortable. Now is a great time to call the experts at Wyckoff Heating and Cooling at 287-6000 to schedule a check on your current heating and cooling systems. Is your house too dry and giving your family issues? A Honeywell dehumidifier system installed with your AC heating system can solve that issue right away. Wyckoff Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated business that has been serving Iowa residents and businesses for over 70 years. They offer 24-hour service and programs like the Peace of Mind Plan for less than $15 a month. So if you want more time on the water or in the woods this year, please call the folks at Wyckoff Heating and Cooling for any of your home or business heating and cooling needs. One call to Wyckoff Heating and Cooling will bring you peace of mind under your roof every day.
All right, welcome back to the Wednesday Drive on this fine June 5th, 2024. Thanks to all the folks with families. We're at D-Day in Normandy and Omaha Beach, Sword, Gold, Utah. I'm starting to forget them all now. But God bless all of our veterans in World War II and our families that had their family serve. Some that didn't make it home, and all the ones that did. God bless you, and thanks for your service. Oh, let's see. Jeff says, "What's up, buddy? How you been?" John, I've been good, buddy. Just been trying to get stuff done. John Paget, how are you? Good to see you. I ain't talked to you in a while. Hope you had a great turkey season, buddy. So we got so that's the sale cam stuff. That's what's going on there. So I'm glad you got that going on. We have a big fishing contest going on the app. If you haven't downloaded the Outdoor Call Radio app on your phone's device store, please do so. Apple, Android, Alexa, whatever. We have got every day you can put in for the Pines Resort fishing trip to Lake Winnie. It's going to be a 4-night, 3-day stay at the Pines. This is where I go walleye fishing in Minnesota every year. You're going to love it. Chad and his family are beautiful people. It's great fishing. You're going to catch some big northerns, some nice wallies, crappie, big black crappie up there, bass. You name it, you could catch it, saugers. It's just a great time. And the winner's also going to get a brand new Trica fishing rod. That's like a $300 or $400 fishing rod. You're going to get a Grizzly cooler. You're also going to get some Itasca fishing boots, a bait caddy. And all you got to do is just listen to the Outdoor Call Radio Monday through Friday. And then I'll change the phrase every week. So you can enter every day if you want. But just all you got to do is email me the phrase you hear. If you listen in between the shows, you're going to hear it eventually. And that's all you got to do. And we're going to draw the winner in August. So get on that. And we got some other special stuff coming up as well. I'm still waiting back to hear from an optic company. I'm going to start doing those fall hunting packages here in a few weeks. So that's going to be a lot of fun as well. All right. So that's the big contest going on the Outdoor Call Radio app. It's like a $2,000 prize right there. Good stuff, huh? Oh, man. Jeff, if I was you this time of year, I would get my clover, small grains. I would leave your brassicas and stuff to get out in August, September. 60 days before first frost, you can get your sugar beets, your radishes, any of your brassicas out. And those would be perfect for late season for food plots, Jeff, if that helps you out. So just let me know if you need any help with that. But, your clovers and your chicory, small greens, and those are just great things for you to plant for your summer food plots right now. I got to tell you about this. I talked to Skip at Gearhead. What I love about Gearhead Archery is Skippy is always out there trying to help people. So I called him to check on him. He's got a bad knee. His dog took his knee out. My tendon got ripped, Achilles, and then Skippy's knee got taken out on the way since we got back from Pennsylvania. So I don't know what we did out there to get cursed, but it is what it is. But anyway, I said, "What you doing, bro?" And he said, "I'm making a custom grip. I've got a customer coming in who's got a forearm issue that he can't draw his bow back with the regular grip. It's something going on there." So Skip said, "Come on in and we'll engineer something for you." Skip made this guy a custom grip for his Gearhead bow so he could shoot it without pain. Now, is that not cool or what? That's what I love, working with a good American bow company that actually takes the time and can rig something for one of their customers. I'm just telling you what, I'm very honored and proud to be part of Gearhead Archery. So Skippy, way to go, buddy. Anything we can do to keep people flinging arrows, right? All right, 7:26. Anybody else got any questions? I hope everyone had a great turkey season. I'm hoping a lot of you are out there angling, wetting a line and stuff. That Midwest Walleye Challenge is still going on. That's going on until the end of June, so make sure you're out there taking advantage of that. They got $70,000 worth of prizes and gear and all that other stuff to give away, plus some big trips up to Lac Seul in Canada. That's a lot of fun. Don't forget to do that. So. Other than that, I'm just getting ready as soon as I can. I'm going to get my Polaris out and hopefully get out and put some mock scrapes. I know Josh is out on a hunt somewhere. Grant was doing something today on the pure whitetail deal. So I don't know there. Everybody listening online, don't go anywhere when I sign off. Let's see, I got that. Big news from Rupert's Roost and Peace turkey calls. You want to stay tuned for further developments. Jeff, you're welcome, buddy. Thank you. We got some stuff coming out. I can't tell you yet. I will tell you as soon as I can tell you, but it's going to be big news that you're going to be happy about. Old Roop is all excited. He's all a Twitter. So, we got a couple new shows coming on. She Goes Outdoors is a great show. It's got 2 or 3 wonderful ladies from the DNRs. I think Nebraska and Iowa, and I don't know who the other third person is working at, but that is going to start airing very, very soon on the Outdoor Call Radio every week. So I'm so honored to be airing that show. And then Broke Knock Outdoors, our buddy Chris DePerna and his daughter and Ken are going to be coming on board. So we got 2 new shows for you to start listening to on the Outdoor Call Radio Monday through Friday. How about that? Huh? Isn't that exciting? I'm excited. I always like to get new content rolling on the shows. So, yeah, that's about it. I did have somebody ask me about the Ugly Buck Contest. Yes, we are going to do the Ugly Buck Contest. And if you're out there listening, you're going, what is the Ugly Buck Contest? The Ugly Buck Contest is my Dave Smith Decoys buck decoy that I've been using on Respect the Game TV the last couple seasons. I am going to give that. Are you healed up yet, Dan? Mock scrape season is indeed. John, I don't know. It's only been a week, buddy. I'm still in a boot, Darth Vader boot thing. I've got an appointment tomorrow to see if I've got a complete ruptured Achilles or if it's a slight tear or what's going on. It hurts. But I'm hoping they don't have to do surgery, and I'm gonna hunt this fall. If I got to crawl out through the soybeans or whatever I got to do. But I've got this big old. I can't show you. I can't get my leg up. But I got this big old air boot on my foot that it stinks. I can't stand it, to be honest with you. But I'll know tomorrow what's going on. Are you coming to the bash? Sonny, I don't know if I'm going to be able to come to the bash. It all depends on what happens tomorrow with the VA. So I'll let you know as soon as I can. I was planning on coming. I got a big giveaway to raise money for the youth of Pure Whitetail. And if I can't come, I'm going to have to see how I can get that to Grant and Josh. So, because I told you every year, as long as you guys keep helping me out with the app and telling everybody about the Outdoor Call and everything, I'd give back and help out with the kids. So. I'm going to keep my promise the best I can. I think that's it. I told you about Skip. I told you about that. Oh, Saturday morning, you're going to want to listen to the show 7 to 9 on Saturday. We're going to have Chad from Weeby Knives on. We're going to talk about some of the new stuff and Weeby's got going on. I had Mark on Sunday. It was a great story. If you haven't checked out Weeby Knives Trap Line on YouTube, go check that out. They're talking. If you like trapping, you're going to like that show. Mark does a really good job with that. So I told you about that. I told you about all that. Unknown Files is coming back on live here in a week or two. We're going to have Dr. Jeff Muldrum, and he is a footprint casting expert. He is an actual real professor from Idaho University. I believe it's Idaho University. But if you've watched any of the shows on TV, you're gonna see Dr. Meldrum eventually on there. But seems like a super nice guy, and I can't wait to do the show with him. That'll be in a couple weeks. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. Soldier Boy Jerky. If you like jerky, one of our partners is Soldier Boy Jerky out in Pennsylvania. If you go to soldierboyjerky.com on the website and order some of that, they support veterans overseas in active missions. They send them product and they do stuff for their families and. It's a veteran-owned organization. That was one of the reasons why I partner with them, and they got great jerky. But if you go and order something, use the code OutdoorsDan20, OutdoorsDan20, and that'll save you 20%. How about that? I got that done when I was in Pennsylvania. All right, let me see here. Just got off my second Monarch to the mail today. Great knives. Oh, there you go, John. Yeah, Weeby Knives, man, they're awesome. So we'll be giving some of those away here pretty quick, too. I'll have another deal to tell you about. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I will see you all on Saturday. I'm going to say goodbye to the Facebook crowd. Thank you, everybody. Sorry I was late. Looks like we'll be on Dan Young now on Facebook, on the Facebook live streams, unless something changes again. I don't know why they did that, but I would just make sure you follow the Outdoor Call Radio Facebook page and Dan Young. That way, whenever we go live, you'll catch the live show. You won't miss it that way. And you can always go to the YouTube page if you miss it, if you want to watch. So thanks, everybody. I'm going to say goodnight to everybody.